guys, so I'm here again with a makeup tutorial. First I'm actually going to show you what palettes I'll be using. I'll be using the matte book from the crayon case. I love the crayon case, you can't tell by now. Also, I'm going to be using a palette by Morphe, so we're going to go ahead and we'll get started. First, I start off with my brows. I start off with lining the bottom of my brows, also the top, and connecting them at the tail. And then I fill in my brows. I use an eyebrow pomade from the crayon case in the color medium brown. Once I do that, I actually take my spoolie and I smooth in all of the product. A little goes a long way, but I just smooth that in for a smoother look, of course. Next, don't mind me, I'm chewing on the Starburst. I take my LA Girl concealer in the color Fawn, and I actually clean up the bottom of my brows. I actually, just to make sure that my brows kind of match as much as possible, what I do is I actually start from kind of like the center of my nose, the bridge of my nose, if that makes sense. And I just clean up the bottom. I just carefully just clean up the bottom. Yeah. And I do that on the bottom of for both brows. And then what I do is, once I have done that, I pull the product down onto my lid. And then once I have done that, I just kind of do my whole lid, and I just blend that out, which you'll see later on in the video. And like I said, I do that for both sides, just for a clean finish look. Next, I'm going to, as you can see, I've already done the other side. I take my LA Girl concealer in the color Chestnut, and I actually clean up the top. I use a different color for the top because I don't like the flash, like the flashback, I guess. So that's why I just I use that for the top, and I do the same thing. I start in the middle, like on my forehead, and I just clean up the top. I connect it at the tail, and I pull that product up so that when it's time for me to blend it out, I just that's what I do. But yeah. Alrighty, so next I take a beauty blender. Well, first I take what's left over from the color Fawn, and I put that all over my lid for both on both lids. I just put that all over. That's kind of like just for like a base or a primer, whatever you want to call it. And then I take my beauty blender, and I just lightly pat to blend that product into my eyelids. And I also blend like my nose area, where I connected when I was cleaning up my brows. I do that as well. But I'm just right here, I'm just blending out that concealer. And I'll do the same thing for the top. I'll just use the other end of the beauty sponge. Don't mind me. I was listening to somebody. And like I said, I just make sure that's blended out all over. And like I said, just to make sure that it's nice and smooth and it's blended in really nice. Don't mind, I don't know why I'm repeating the same thing. This is my first time actually editing my video, so this is actually kind of, I don't know. I'm actually just watching it for the first time. Alrighty. So next, we're going to go in with the Morphe palette. And the first color that I use is a brown. And I use that for the first color. And that just kind of goes like in the crease of my eye. I don't know why, but my look didn't turn out the way I thought it would, or the vision I had for it. It didn't turn out like how I thought it would. So I just worked with it. I just did the best I could. But right now I'm just going in with that color, with that brown. And I went over it probably about two like 3 times just to get just so that, you know, it was able to be seen. I know that I need to find like a good primer or a good eyeshadow base that would make my colors pop, because that's probably the only problem that I'm seeming to have, is my colors popping and they're actually staying. So I'm just still going in with the brown. Don't mind my TV, y'all, sorry. But I was only doing like just one eye, just because I didn't want to have a really long video. So we're just going to finish up with that. Alrighty, so now I'm going in with the matte book, and I'm actually going in with the yellow in the matte book. The yellow kind of gave me a hard time as well, only because I just don't think, like I said, I had a good eyeshadow base. I need to actually find one. If y'all have any recommendations, you can definitely let me know. But I had to go over with this yellow a few times just for me to even see it. So I know for anybody else it's probably going to be kind of hard to see it. But just for me to see it, I had to go over it a few times. I had a vision for like a sunset or sunrise type look. But like I said, I'm not a professional. I just do what I can. I know as long as I keep trying and I keep doing it, then I'm sure I'll get it, and I'll get what products to use and all of that stuff as well. As you can see, I'm just still going over it with the yellow, just like I said, a few times, just to get, like I said, just for me to see it. So yeah, but I'll let you all just kind of watch. Go girl. And like I said, the crayon case, their shadows are really pigmented. So normally it doesn't really take a lot, but I guess, like I said, because I didn't have a really good eyeshadow base. I know some people normally use white, but I didn't. Next, I'm going to go in with the color orange. Like I said, I had a vision for like a sunrise type look, but that didn't come out right. Y'all, please don't mind my hair. I'm trying to get my edges to grow back. Like, fuck. But I'm going in now with the orange, and that one I believe I kind of went over a few times as well, just to kind of, you know, you can see it a little bit, not a whole lot, but yeah. So I used the orange as well. Maybe it was maybe I should have just used the yellow all together instead of the brown. That's probably what it was, but I don't know. I like brown. I don't know. It just looks like a great background color. I don't know, but maybe I'll just use, when I'm using really bright colors, I'll just use just the colors instead of like a blending color, if that makes sense or not. But yeah, so now I'm just still putting the orange on, and we'll just kind of oh get it. Don't mind my nails, I need a fill-in. Alrighty, so now I'm actually going to do a cut crease, a tip to do a cut crease. Like I said, I'm not perfect, so I do, the last few times I've done my makeup, I've done a cut crease just so I can practice on doing them. Probably on someone else's eye, I probably do a much better job, of course. But now I'm just pulling the product from the corner, just so that it's not, I guess, that wet, if that makes sense. Because it does take, if you use a lot of product, it takes a lot longer to dry. So right now I'm just like I said, just cutting that, and I'm trying to get it as perfect as possible. I am a perfectionist, and I do like for it to at least look normal. But yeah, and I'm using the LA Girl concealer in the color Fawn, and I'm just cutting that. So so that's that for that one, and I've already done the other one, of course. So now I'm actually going to go back into the matte book, and I'm going to use that yellow color just to put in my inner corner, and pull it out a little bit. I don't know why, but for some reason on my left eye, the yellow just kept fading out. So I'm not sure exactly what happened. I think maybe I just had an off day. I don't know, but so I'm using one of those little simple little brushes just to apply it on my lid. And I did learn a trick a long time ago, that when you wanted your eyeshadow to pop, pretty much, you pat it on instead of y'all, I'm actually doing a voiceover while I'm trying to cook, so if you hear dishes and shit falling, that's me. But yeah, so you gotta pat it on, and it looks really pretty going on, but for some reason I had to, of course, once again, keep going over it over and over. Even after I was done with my makeup, I had to go back and like reapply it on my lid, because for some reason it just was not sticking on one eye. I don't know what was wrong with that eye, but it just was not sticking on that eye. So I kept reapplying it here. I just keep reapplying it as well. And like I said, I did the best I could. I was a bit nervous, I guess. I'm kind of getting used to doing this, so and I believe normally with the crayon case or any other high pigmented makeup eyeshadow palettes, I don't believe you have to use a whole lot, but for some reason I just kept having to go over it. Now I'm in the Morphe palette, and I'm actually going to use that hot orange pinkish color, and I'm going to put that actually on the rest of the cut crease. Like I said, I had an aim for like a sunset type thing, but when I saw that it wasn't working, was just using the shadows how I was using it originally, then I just said, well, let me just put both colors on my cut crease. Like I said, I mean, makeup, you can always fix it. You can kind of just play with it and get it how you want it, the best of your ability anyway. That color actually did very good, and I just put that all on the rest of it. And yep. Alrighty, so what I've done is I already done the other lid. Now I'm going to actually go on the outer corner of my lid with that glittery golden color, and I'm just going to pretty much just blend out my inner corner and that hot pink, hot orange, whatever color it is, just to get rid of any harsh lines. When doing makeup, I do not like harsh lines, and when I say harsh lines, I mean like where you can tell where the colors start and where they stop. I like to just blend those out the best that I can, because you're not really supposed to be able to tell where something stops and where something starts, me personally anyway. So I just was blending that out, just making sure that you really can't tell where that started and where it stopped. So like I said, this look didn't come together the way I thought it did, but I'm proud of myself anyway, so whatever. Alrighty, so I've already applied my eyeliner. So next I'm actually going to go ahead and get into my foundation. and all of that good stuff. I'm using the color corrector in the color orange. This is just mainly like for if you have dark spots, like just to cover up certain dark spots on your face. I use the color orange. As you can tell, around my mouth and kind of like the lower part of my face, I'm a bit darker. And I'm using, of course, a beauty blending sponge just to blend that out. I put it under my eyes, around my mouth, sides of my face, and I just blend that out. I did like a wing, and when I attempt to do a wing anyway, I like to use concealer just to clean up the bottom of the wing, and just to make it look a bit more sharper. But yeah, I'm using that to blend out that color corrector, and I just like to be able to make sure that you can't tell, make sure that it's blended out really good. Jesus, I ain't got no edges. Sorry, y'all. Okay, so I've done with that. And next I'm going to use another concealer. It's by MAC. I can't remember right offhand what it is, but I use that to conceal under my eyes, my chin, above my lip, my nose, and the middle of my forehead. I'm very, very easy because I don't want to look, fake. So, and the way I do it is kind of weird. A lot of people, when they do concealer, they put on their foundation first and then put concealer on top, but I do concealer first and put my foundation on top, only because I just wanted to blend. I don't know how to contour. Sorry, I don't know how to contour. I just do whatever looks natural for me, and I've never tried it, I don't think, but if I tried it, I'd probably look like a damn fool. So yeah, but I also just blend that out along with where I did my wing liner. Where I cleaned that up, I just blend all of that together. So right now I'm just blending under my eyes. I'm getting my forehead, just to, like I said, make sure that it's all blended out really good. Makeup is just blending. That's what I learned. It's just blending. It's just blending and making sure that everything comes together and make sure that everything looks just as smooth as possible. That's pretty much all. So right now I'm actually going in with my foundation. It's my CoverGirl's Matte Made. I was turned, I don't know why. And I just make sure that I get good coverage with that. I put it around my mouth, my face, under my eyes, my nose, and of course my forehead. And I think I think putting the concealer on under, it just actually gives me like a more natural look. I don't know, that could be me. I'm probably doing all of this all wrong. By all means, if you have any suggestions, you can definitely tell me. I don't mind constructive criticism, but I don't do negativity. So yeah. So I'm just blending that out now with also another beauty blending sponge. And we're just kind of getting that all blended out. And I'm trying to learn to make the video just a bit shorter. If I can master making shorter videos, then I'll be fine. But that's kind of why I didn't record myself doing both eyebrows, both eyes. It was easier to just record myself doing one and just moving on, just doing the other one off camera. Now I'm just blending the top and just making sure that all of that is smooth and blended in really well. And I'm just getting all of that. My hair is a mess, and I just braided my hair. I don't understand, but so that's all blended out. And now I'm going in with my mascara. Y'all, I actually don't know how to put on lashes. I actually put on lashes yesterday. I did pretty good, but I don't know. It was a bit difficult. It wasn't too difficult for one eye, but for the other eye, of course, I had a hard time. But right now, I'm just putting on some mascara, and I'm just making sure, you know, that my eyes kind of pop a little bit. I have naturally big eyes. I mean, really big eyes. So, yeah, I'm just trying to get that. Get my mascara. My lashes aren't long, but they ain't bald, but. And I'm actually putting some on my lower lash line. I had a few down there, so I thought, well, why the hell not? And sometimes I only put like 2 or 3 coats of mascara on just to give myself an extra pop, but I don't think I did that this time. So. And I've already put eyeliner on the bottom as well. Next, I'm just adding some more to my bottom lash line. My eye, when I put on eyeliner, for some reason my eye waters really bad, so that kind of irritates me a bit too. Next, I'm about to do my lips. I love just a nude lip. I don't know why, but this lip liner pencil is in the color dark brown. So I'm just lining the bottom of my lip right now. Just lining it up very nice. Then I'm going to line the top. Normally when I line the top and the bottom, I kind of go a little further out than where my lip stops, just so that my lips kind of like are a bit fuller than what they are. Make them give you the illusion that they look a little bit fuller than they are. So yeah, just gonna line those up really good just to make sure. And now I'm using a lip gloss from the crayon case, of course. It's in the color Clean Kisses, and I love this one. It's so pretty. It's not too harsh. It's not too bright. It's perfect. I actually got every last one every last shade they have. They have like Private Party, Soft Twerk, and it's one more besides Clean Kisses. There's 4 of them, and I can't remember the last one off the top of my head. But so far, I've only tried 2. And I just kind of course, smack my lips together just to make sure that I'm blending out the liner as well. And I went back because I saw that I had kind of like a harsh line. Don't mind me making my eyes big. I'm just making sure that I blended out well to get rid of that harsh line at the top. I just went back just to make sure that I got that taken care of. So this is actually a finished look. But you guys can definitely comment, subscribe, share, like, all of that good stuff. Thank you.